So whenever you're sending a data, you send the data based on the JSON format, and the response will also come as a JSON format, but this connector will make sure that it is sending the data into JSON format and it is converting the JSON format into the Pega format that it is taking. So this is what happening. Okay, now my question was like, yes, you have external application, everything is fine, but as a client, do you give all your data to the Pega people or to the company which is creating an application for you? Means you know you will not give any data to them. Okay, you will say that we have an external application at certain place, saying that it is there, it is available at this particular UI or URL. You'll say like this, it is there at this particular URL. You can get the data from there. So you just configure that URL. That's it. We will give connections later. After you come and keep that particular data into our production environment, then you will connect to our database. Till then, in your development environment, you are not supposed to take my data. If in this way the client says, then do you think that system architects will get exact data? Means they will not get an exact data, right? But still these fellows have to check whether they are having the proper data with them or not. They have to check whether they're doing with the proper data or not. Okay, so for that reason, what our Pega people will do is they will go for a simulation. So what a simulation will do is, simulation is used so that your service is not available. With respect to Pega, external application is acting as a service because it is taking the request and sending the response. Okay, so if the service is not available, then what you do is you'll go for simulation. Okay, or if you want to test your data, or if you want to test your flow, then also you have to go for simulation. So these are the two ways where you want to go for the simulation. Then how do you configure simulation? Okay, simulation can be configured. We discussed that we have card number, expired date, CVV and name on the card. This data should come from the banks actually, right or not? This data should come from the bank. But are we connecting to a bank here? No. Then what you have to do? You have to simulate it so that whether it is working properly or not. Means you are retrieving data from the bank and checking this particular data which a user is given is right or not. How we are doing this is important. Okay. I said delete. So how to do that? So first you have to create a REST integration. Okay, connect REST integration. You have to do that. You have a REST integration wizard. So go to Designer Studio, go to integration, connectors. You have to create a REST integration. First thing is what you have to do is you have to create a REST integration. Okay. In the REST integration, it will ask you the names. Okay. System, what type of service you want. Okay, give some service here. What I do here is I'll take some name. So I'll take retrieve card details. Okay, then from which URL, that means from which application you want to do that application URL you have to see. So you are writing some application URL. See, do you have this type of URL anywhere? No, right? I'm just writing here. Generally, client will give this URL to developers. I have data in this place. You get the data from there. Okay. Okay. So you have to write like this. So I'm taking this. So you have to give a name and also endpoint URL. Then click on next. That is your first step. Second step is it will again ask you the name, resource method name. What do you want? You have to want data from that, right? So it is get. If you want to also post, you can go for post. If you want to go for put, you can also put. You can also go for delete. You can also go for delete. These options are not available in Designer Studio integration connectors in Create Soap integration. In Soap integration, you can only go for get, not post, and all those things. Okay. Actually, it will not go there. It will ask whether URL is right or not. You could delete, but in the service, in the Soap, it won't take. So rest is fine, guys. So click on next. Only just you have to just write the name which you have written in the first step. Then you can go for next. Then it is asking, do you have any data model for your application? Means yes, you have a data model. What is that? From external application, you are checking card number, you are checking CVV, you are checking expiry date, you are checking name on the card. So these are all becomes a data model. That data model, you have to make sure that you have that particular data model as JSON format. Why it is JSON format? Because you are using REST integration. REST integration takes JSON format. That means you have to create what? A JSON file within your system. Okay, you have to create a JSON file. So to create that, you have to open your notepad. In this notepad, what are the data model you want in the card retrieving card details? You want name on card number. You want expiry date. You want CVV. You want name on the card. So you have to write those things as this, like this. So in the double quotes, name on the card. Okay, double quotes close, colon. What could be the name on the card? You can write some default values. Okay, comma, and what else you want? You want CVV. Okay, double quotes. CVV is what you can write uh, duplicate value, some what is it? Rough. Some values, some dummy values you can take. Okay. Next is what? Expiry date. Okay, so expiry date is what? 12/25, comma. And next is what? Expiry date, name on the card. So you have to write like this and close it. This is JSON format. This is JSON format. Okay, so you have to save this. Save. So when you save, you have to save like this. Some cards dot JSON. You have to save like this. Okay, and click on save. So you have to give this in capital letters, JSON. Okay, and click on save. Then this particular JSON file is saved for you. Okay. So now you have to click on add file over here. When you click on add file, it will ask you to choose the file. So already I have some file there. What is that? Then click on submit. So that particular file has been uploaded. Click on next. When you click on next, it will create as a data type. So you can see the data layer. It will create a data layer and it also create an integration layer. Why it is creating integration layer? Because we are connecting to an external application. That's why it is chained. So you can also chain this. It is showing SAE int retrieve, right? You can click on this edit button and retrieve card details. You can write there retrieve card details. Okay, submit. And in the same way here also you can go for retrieve card details. Retrieve card details. Submit. Okay, so it is created. Click on create. So it is more than 25 characters. Okay, so create. So it's created one data source, data page, data class, rule set, integration class, all these things it created. Overall 21 records it created. So it went plus close. Go to data type and check whether it is created or not. Can you see retrieve card details is created? Can you see here? It has been created. In the same way it is created data page also. So open the data. Likewise, it also created integration classes. So go to App Explorer, write SAE int. You see CD, SAE int, CD, SAE int, retrieve card details, everything it is created, right? So these are the things which is created by automatically by our application. So I'm not going to take that. Let me go for online food work. Okay, so this is the data page it created for us. Can you see data source? It is what connector, and it is what REST. Type is REST, and it is coming from retrieve card details name. So you got request data transform, request data transform, and request data response data transform. Okay, so these are the things which are there. But if you run this particular you'll have nothing in this. Why nothing? Because see, it is still loading because you don't have any external application already available yet. Service is not available. You are just configuring this. Then how you will test it? How you will test it? That is the main problem with this. So to test, you have something called as simulate data source. Simulate data source. Okay, so we are simulating now. So click on this, turn on. When you turn on, automatically the source will be changed to data transform, and here you have to write a data transform for this. Here you have to write a data transform for this. Okay, right? Yeah. So now you'll write a data transform called something called as retrieve. So do you think this data transform is created for you? No, you didn't create any data transform. Now you are creating. So click on cross arrow. Now you are creating a data transform. What is the purpose of creating a data transform here is, as service is not available, you want to check whether the given data which is given by the user is right or not. You want to compare. So for that reason, what you're doing, you need to have some dummy data with you. So dummy data you're writing in data transform, because data transform is the one which is used for copying, or which is used for initializing, or which is used for assigning. So we are just assigning some values to the properties of this card retrieving details. So click on this, click on create and open. Yeah. So now, what do you want to set? That is important, right? So these are the things which are already available in my JSON format. Okay, see, I created one JSON file, right? Card number, CVV, expiry date. That is what here. In data type also, there is something called as retrieve card details. If you click on this retrieve card details, you'll find those data properties in this. Can you see card number, CVV, expiry date, name of the card. These are things which are already created. When at the time of JSON we have dragged it. Actually we took JSON, but our connector has converted that into Pega thing, right? I said you right. Our connector will take care of these things. So request has been sent. External response will come as JSON only, but JSON will take care of this. So request and response will be taken care by connector. To give a request, it will change it to JSON format, Pega to JSON, and response JSON to Pega. So that is what we are doing here. So let it like this. So now what do you want? You have to search, right? So whenever we have to check what is happening, so we'll go for condition. When dot card number is equal to 1111 triple ones, then you have to set card number is what? 111 only, right? 111. I take it as text, that's why I'm giving it double quote. So test dot CVV is what? I'll take some value here, some 789, right? And dot expiry date is what? I'll take some 404/23. Then name on the card is what? I'll take here as. Then I'll go for another one. If it is not 111, some other value. So when otherwise when dot card number is equal to 22222. I'm taking some numbers, okay, dummy values. Then what you have to do? Card number as 2222. Okay. Then CVV as what? 666. Dot expiry date is what? 12/24. Dot name on the card is what? Name on the card. Okay. So you can write any number of whatever you want. You can go for some. I am going for only 2. So 2. But someone has to give card number to this, right? Because we are checking card number 111 or not. So someone should give us card number. Okay. Where is delete button? Card number. That means you have to send a parameter for this. So click on this. So card number is our parameter. Understood why I'm going for parameters. Parameter I'm going for this because someone has to send a parameter to the data transform. That's why I'm going for param. So instead of writing card number, what I should write here? Param.card. Param.card number. Because this number should come from where? From the UI. From the UI, it should come to this data page. From the data page, it should come to the data transform. That means someone has to send us. To send this, we have to use the concept called as parameters. So in the same way, here also you have to write param.card number. If it is true, then only you have to go with this. Okay. So as you are saying parameter here, then to database someone should send the parameter or not? Who has to send? Who has to send? Your UI should send. So again you have to write card number. So go to definition, and that card number should pass to the data transform. So click on this parameter and write pass the current parameter page, or else you can write parameter card number also. Anything is fine. Okay. You can just go for pass parameter. Submit. Save, because we don't have 2 or 3, we have only 1, so 1. So save, check it. This is fine. This is what you have to do for simulation. But you tell me, are you using this particular property anywhere? No. Someone have to use this property and check whether the data is giving right or not. So let us first check this data page giving right or not values. So go for action, run. Card number what will give? Will give 33333. Let's see whether we have 333 or not. See, do you have anything? It is not showing any data here. Nothing is there. So let us go for 22222. Yeah, we got the data, right? 666 expiry date and all those things. This is fine. Now what you do is you have to go to your food order. In that, you need to have a property which will call the data type. So for that, what we do is we'll first create a property. We'll create two properties. Why I'll sell two properties? Why it is two properties? I'll tell you. So first we'll create one property called as provide card details is a, but all your name on the card and all those things are available in retrieve card details. So you have to change the text to single page because it is coming from. So where are these available? In SAE data if I open this, can you see it is coming from this class SAE data retrieve CD. So that's why I took retrieve data is okay. So save. So you're just saving that. You are just doing this. Okay, save. This particular property you have to configure in your application. So in collect payment details, what we do is we'll configure that. Okay, I'm deleting this. What is the property name? Provide, right? Provide card details. You got this. So save this. Save this. So now let's see. Click on run. Okay, so we are not worried about this first one. So next step. Okay, we are not worried about this also. So generally when you submit over here, so we got this provide card details, right? So you'll give some provide card details 1111. You'll give some CVV as 111, expiry date as 12/12/12, name on the card as some name. Submit. See, it has been submitted. It didn't check whether the data which has been given in the data page is right or not. That means we have not done any validation. That means another thing is we have just given our manual data. This manual data is not compared with the data which is available in the data page. So someone has to refer that particular data page and check whether we are giving right values or not. So for that reason, you will create another property. Okay, understood why we are going for another property, second property. Generally the data is coming from data page, but you took a property which is called as manual. Okay, as you took it as a manual data is not manual data is the one which you give, but when you submit, that manual data is not comparing with the data which is already available in the data page. So someone should refer that the data which is available in data page and compare. We know that comparing we need validate rule, that's fine, but how to refer the values which are there in data page means you have to create a property retrieve card info, click on create a button, make this also to single page, SAE hyphen, right? Now you have to say refer to a data page. Which data page? The data page is already there, but it is asking card number, right? Who is taking the card number? Someone is manually entering card number. Who is that manually entering card number? Provide card details dot card number. You have to pass this card number to the data page, and in the data page we have a data transfer. So, and in the data page we have a parameter. That parameter will pass to the data transform. In the data transform we have got a when condition where param dot card number is equal to 11111. We are checking here, right? Or what? Card number is we are sending this card number. If you are giving 1212 and the card number there is 11111, these are not matching. Then it should show an error. So matching and all those things valid rule will be there, but someone has to retrieve and keep the data. So that retrieving, keeping the data is taken care by this property. So save. Understood? Right? Why I'm taking for next property? So we are going for retrieve card info. Now you have to create. A validation rule, right? You have to create a validation rule to compare the data which is given manually by the user and already available data which is there in the data page. So how to create a validation? You can go with the process and go for validate rule, or you can open the flow action rule. You can open the flow action rule, this flow action rule, in the validation tab. In the validation tab, you can go for validate rule. So you can write here, validate card is the validation rule. So click on cross record because that rule is not open till now. So we are going to create and open. So create and open. There was a question, right? Do you write 2 validation rules or 1 validation rule? You can write only 1 validation rule and add all the properties over here. What are the properties here? Those properties. So on which property you want to do validation? You want to do on card number. What is it? Card number. Provide details dot card number. Okay, so on this property you want to do. So require is what? Add. Now you have to check the condition. First value is equal to second value. First value. So now what is it? Provide card details dot card number is equal to. We have created a new property, right? That property is having the having the data in it. What is that new property we have created? Retrieve card info, right? Dot card number. If it is not equal to, both are not equal, then you have to send a message saying that card number is invalid, or please provide. We'll write like this: please provide valid card details or card number. Please provide valid card number. Okay, submit. Please provide valid card. Next one, what you want? You want to do one provide card details dot CVV, and CVV also you want to check. Add. So again, what is the function? First value and second value. So what is the property here? Provide card details dot CVV. Should be, it should not, if it is not equal to retrieved card info dot CVV, then what you have read? Please provide valid CVV number. Okay, submit. In the same way, you can go for provide card details dot expiry date. And should be first value, second. What is that? Provide card details dot expiry date is equal to retrieve card info dot expiry date. It is not equal to. If it is not equal to, then expiry date is not valid. Submit. Next, what do you want? You want something called as provide card details dot name on the card. So same again. Name on the card. If it is not equal to that, please verify name on the card. Okay, submit. Save. So you have written a validation rule. So you are checking with the data which is available in the expiry date, in the values which user is providing, and the already values which are already there in our data page. Okay, save this. Save. Okay, submit. Save. Card number. So I'll give 2222. 5 twos. Submit. Can I say CVV? Please provide valid CVV number. Expiry date is not valid. Name of the card is. And the card. So let's go for clipboard. Let me go for clipboard. It is showing red color because we got errors. Can you see there are two card items? Repeat card. This is the one which is retrieved from the data page. Can you see 222 means what? CVV 666. Expiry date is 12/12/24. Name on the card is Ansari. But what is there in our provide card details? There is no CVV, so it is not equal. So that's why it is giving an error. So let me give CVV as 123. Again, I'll go for submit. Right? Still CVV is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because our CVV is not 123. The CVV of the data transfer which we have written is something called as 666. So let me go for 666. Right? CVV gone now. Expiry date is not valid. We didn't give expiry properly. So give expiry as 12/23. So expiry date is wrong. So let us check what is the expiry date which is there. It is 24. So go and give it as 24. Okay, that is also gone. Now actually we'll write name on the card as Arjun, but actually it is Ansari, but we are writing Arjun. Still it shows name on the card is not verified. Yes or no? When we do the card transactions, it will show you these all things or not? Definitely yes, right? So we'll go for Ansari. So now it is properly done. So this is how you do simulation. Do you have data coming from external application? No, but there is no data coming from external application, but you have created one data transform, added it to the data page here. So in this way, you change it to this one. Okay, clear, understood about this? This is what we do simulation, and most of the times in projects you do this, and if you tell this that you know the simulation, how to do simulation, then almost your in the interview it is your job is done actually. That is that much important it is. Understood simulation? In the same way you can go with the go to integration connectors. You can do with the activity also. So before doing the activity we have to, so we have done REST integration. So in REST integration it already created some REST values, right? SAE.set. Can you see the SAE integrated card? Okay, this one retrieve card details. So simulation is 0. Here you have to add simulation activity. So right, simulate card. Okay, so open this. You have to make this as global. Submit. Okay, simulation applies to class. So where it is applied to class, it is applied on our int class, right? SAE int. SAE int retrieve CD. It is there in this. We have to write actually a viewer. Okay, we are right. Let it be like that. Create an open. So in this you have to add the data trans. Again here also same, apply data trans. Here also you have to apply data trans. That's all for the day. Hope you understood. I'll send you this video.